Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this Lisa Frank inspired tumbler. So I asked on my Instagram if I should do, for my first tutorial, if I should do a Lisa Frank inspired cup or a Tiger King cup and the Lisa Frank one. So this is kind of what I came up with. It looks very Lisa Frank to me. It's rainbow. It reminds me of notebooks back in middle school. If you like this video, please like, subscribe to watch me on this journey, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Let's get right to it. So for the glitter method, I use a hot hang method. So for this method, you'll need a measuring cup, gloves, Dixie cup, popsicle stick, and your choice of epoxy. I'm using Alumilite Amazing Clear Resin for today's tumbler. I'm also using a 22 ounce from Steel Magnolia. I've already prepped and sanded and painted the tumbler white. And you'll also need a paper towel rod. So I got mine from Walmart. It's super inexpensive, and the cup, any cup actually, fits perfectly on it. And you also need glitter. You'll need green, blue, orange, yellow, pink, and purple. You don't have to use all the colors. I just tried to use most of the colors of the rainbow that were bright. Neon, I'm pretty sure I could have found more neon, but with all the stores closed right now, I just used what I had on hand. So for this cup, I'm using a 22 ounce, like I said, so you only need about 10 milliliters total, 5 milliliters of part A and 5 milliliters of part B for this method. So we're not going to put the cup on the churner at all. Don't forget to wear your gloves and your mask for this step. Just mix part A, 5 milliliters, and part B, 5 milliliters. I like to mix my epoxy for 5 whole minutes just to make sure it's fully mixed. So just make sure you're getting all the sides and the bottoms real good, and then I just let the epoxy sit until it gets hot. So hot means that it's not runny, it's thick, and it actually feels warm or hot to the touch. If you have a paper Dixie cup, you can feel the heat from the outside of the cup, but if you have a plastic like this one I'm using, you sometimes can't, so it's very hard to judge. Once it is hot to the touch or very thick and not runny, you want to spread it on all over, but not a lot, just enough for the glitter, just as if you were doing the Mod Podge or you were doing a thin coat to do it on the spinner, it's a little bit less than that. You can actually tap it and you would see how much epoxy you would need. It can come off. It just needs to be a super duper thin layer. You're just gonna apply it all over and then we'll be ready to glitter. Now for the glitter. So you can start with whatever color you wanted. It took me a little while to figure out which one I want to start with, but I decided to start with orange. And I'm just gonna slowly tap around, kind of like you would do as the cup is spinning. So I'm slowly spinning my left hand, because my cup is on my left hand. Slowly spinning it and tapping very, very slowly. You want to be patient with this. You want to be slow with this. You want to take your time, because if all the glitter spills out all over that cup, you're not going to be able to save it. So go slow. You'd rather have less than more. Then you can always go in and fill in if you had a little bit of glitter that didn't get in the middle. So you're just going to do that with all the colors overlapping. So when you do the next color, you're going to go a little bit over the orange so that it merges and it looks very ombre, and it doesn't look like you just popped on a layer of glitter each one, so it merges together. So once all the glitter's on, I'm going to let this set for at least 4 hours on the towel rack. Once it's not sticky to the touch, some glitter will fall off, of course, but you're going to shake it off outside and put some clear spray paint on it, and then it is ready to go, so that way the colors don't merge when you put the epoxy on it. So for the epoxy, I just used 25 milliliters total to get a good coat so we could sand it. I don't know exactly because I mix the epoxy for other cups, but you're just going to let it spin overnight for the first coat, or at least 8 hours, 4 hours spinning, but it has to rest for at least 8, and then we can sand it in the morning. So once the cup is fairly cured and it's not sticky or anything to the touch, you're going to sand it. So I use a 220 grit sanding block to eliminate any bumps, and I just went all around the edges, on the bottom, all over the sides. You can just use one hand to feel and then the other hand to sand where it needs to be sanded. Make sure you sand the top of the cup where the lid goes very good, only so that you get a good cling to the top so you don't have any problems of maybe it separating or anything like that. You also want to make sure that if you're having trouble sanding, get it more wet. Don't just keep sanding. Sometimes the water will help get you a little bit of more cleaner sand than just going at it hardcore with the sanding block. But once it's done, you're going to wash it with soap and water really, really good so you have a clean surface when you're ready to apply the tiger stripes. So now for the tiger stripes. So for the tiger stripes, I just used an image of tiger stripes that I liked, and I just cut it out on a 12 by 12 of Oracle 651 black vinyl, and I am slowly applying it piece by piece. I advise to slowly roll it around the cup and not completely peel it off and put it on, because you can do like more efficient rubs and you don't have it sticking to everywhere to make a complete mess. I also advise to go slowly with this because your stripes, like for instance mine didn't match here, so I am having to cut it and fix it and take off stripes, place new stripes. It takes a little bit of time and patience. You have to add each stripe and make sure it looks the way you want it to look, and make sure that the stripes go all the way around and they merge together perfectly. So you want to take your time with it, and once you have it perfect the way you want it, you want to paint the cup white with white spray paint and let it dry completely for the next step. So now that our paint is dry, we can start picking off the stripes. I know I keep saying it, but you want to be patient when doing this, because if not, you'll scratch the paint with your weeding tool. So pay attention to where you're peeling, where you're picking. That way you don't mess up something that you are trying to keep on the cup. So take the weeding pick and slowly just pick off all the vinyl. Take your time, watch a show while you do this. It just is a little tedious, but take your time when you do it. And then once it's done, then we will be ready for a new layer of epoxy. So for this part, again, I mixed epoxy for multiple cups, so I'm not exactly sure how much I mixed, but I mixed enough for a really good coat. You want this to be your last coat, and you want to let it spin again for 4 to 8 hours, and then you'll have your white tiger, your Lisa Frank inspired tumbler. I kind of wanted to add a Lisa Frank sticker and a name on it, but then I wasn't really sure because it looks really great like this. What do you think? Do you think I should do it? Let me know in the comments what you think. I think I should leave it like this, but at the same time I do want to add a little bit more of the Lisa Frank look, but I'm kind of scared to mess it up and make it worse. So this is the final look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you do this cup, please send me your pictures. I'd love to see it. Thanks for watching.